Hello Scorpio and welcome to Looking Glass Letterbox. This is Erica and this is your general reading for Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising for July 2019. I am using the Animal Spirit Wild Unknown deck and the Wild Unknown Tarot deck as well for the readings this month. And then I'm going to be clarifying with the Nicoletta Ceccoli Tarot. If you haven't checked out your June overview, general reading, I posted those earlier in the month, so those are available for you to watch. If you're interested in your yearly overviews that I posted in March and you haven't seen yours yet, check that out. It's based on a Fool's Journey reading that I had done, and that was really fun. I personally just did my Fool's Journey reading for this year a few days ago, and it's really interesting. I got some interesting card combinations to consider as the year goes by. So I'm excited to see what's gonna turn up for this year and how that's gonna play out. All right, if you'd like your own personal video tarot reading from me, I've listed information on that in the description. You can check that out. There's a little bit of the pricing there, and if you want more information, you can contact me at looking.glass.letterbox@gmail.com. Also, I'm starting a new Tarot Diarist series on the channel to where it's going to be every few days. I'll just post a video about what's happening in the ether, just generally in the air for tarot journaling and things like that. So subscribe and ring the bell for notifications if you'd like to be made aware when those things are posted. All right, let's get started on your reading, Scorpio. So at the bottom of the deck, you have Justice. So balance, shifting, reconciling. All of the chips have been divided and counted and acknowledged, and things are, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm stumped on this one. Decisions and karma. So maybe choices that you need to make, which direction you're going to take at this point. The Two of Swords has been very active in the monthly readings for July. So you may have a big, a decision about which direction you want to take your life in that's on a grander scale or a more resonant scale than even the Two of Swords suggests. So it may be a big decision about what is right and what is wrong for you, and if you want to take your life left or you want to take it right, or a relationship. So there's a little bit of weight or heaviness possibly influencing the circumstance that you're going to be dealing with in July. Not that it has to be bad or negative, it's just significant. So now's not the time to shun the concept of divine balance or karma. So all of your choices affect your life and sometimes the life of those around you now and in the future. So if you have a sort of weighty decision that you're trying to make, or your life is at a crossroads or turning point, just, acknowledge it, acknowledge the significance of it, and then that will help you to tune in and tap in to the intuition that you need to be able to rely on in order to send you in the most beneficial direction for yourself. All right, so your Animal Spirit card at the bottom of the deck, the Black Egg. All right. So the Black Egg is, oops, that's not the right one. The Black Egg is speaking from an authentic voice and the truth. So this is contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. There's no confusion here with this energy. There's no excuses or small talk or noise or lies, not even tiny ones. So this is something that is significant and rings true across your lives and the lives of those who are closest to you. So when this is in balance, you speak slowly and clearly. You're drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or public speaking. So possibly being Possibly having a YouTube channel and having a public forum for your voice. But what you're talking about draws people in, draws the concept of truth out of us and within us. So you start asking questions. What do you know to be true about yourself? What's true about the world? When the energy of the black egg is sort of not yet tapped into, you speak from a place of being unsure and maybe intimidated and maybe vulnerable in a way that you are frightened because possibly you're afraid of what the truth is. Possibly you're not quite sure you want to take it out and look at it because you're afraid that it's going to be something that you don't want it to be. So you may try to convince yourself that there's no inner truth at all, that it's a bunch of hokum and nonsense. But this card presents itself because there is a truth that is waiting for you to recognize it so that you can decide which direction to take on that crossroads, so that you can tap into what is true for you and what is resonant with you and which direction it is that you want to take. All right, and what it is important for you personally to invest in. Okay. So this is sort of the epicenter of your truth, or the birthplace of your voice. What you feel is true, what you know is true for yourself, and your authentic and true voice, speaking out and being heard. Because being heard is important for everyone. Everyone at some point really needs to be heard, and what they need to say is something that really needs to be said for them to take an active and resonant path towards the future that they would like to develop. All right, so think about those things. That's pretty significant. That's a pretty significant thing to think about, but it's a fascinating and curious and delightful thing to think about too, because you sort of tap into thoughts that you don't normally give yourself the time or the space to consider. All right. So this center card is sort of what is going to be the sphere of influence to consider for July in Cancer season. All right, 8 of Cups. So Cups is water, Cancer's cardinal water sign, so it's emotional sort of emotions and relationships. And the 8 of Cups in particular is about leaving behind what no longer works for you, finding and stepping out and beginning to walk down a new path, away from the path that no longer works for you. It's not that it never worked for you, or the things and the way you've been living your life and the things that you've been doing have not been valuable or have been a waste of your time. It's not that. It's just that this path is no longer for you. It's time for you to acknowledge and take stock of what you've learned and what you've experienced. Tap in to what is true for you and choose which path to follow next, because the path that you've been on may not be for you anymore. It may be for someone else at this point. It may not belong to you anymore. So consider what it is that you need to move away from that is just something you're hanging on to as sort of a security blanket that doesn't actually provide you with security. It provides you with repetition, but it's sort of, some of you may be in a stuck space where you're not growing anymore. You're not having new development and new experience, and you're not sort of resonant and active within your own life because you're just running on a loop. So it may be time to step away from whatever that is in search of something that is more true for you. So consider that, what that may be, and what options you have to pursue that in July. This is going to be the sphere of influence just passing out of influence in July. So it's kind of what's active right now, or what has been active up to this point. And that is the 9 of Pentacles. So luxury, abundance, comfort. In the real world, it is a pentacle, so it's what's actually in your reality. So there's some aspect of it that has sort of allowed you to kind of luxuriate within it, or maybe just hold it around you and hold on to it to provide you with some sort of reassurance. And, you're coming from a place of strength and care and nourishment in this aspect, But again, it is time to step away from that. Or it may be that in order to seek this new path, you're going to have to lose a certain amount of comfort. And that's frightening. That's hard to do, because the path that you're walking away from, or the situation that you're walking away from, is going to want to call you back to it. It's going to want to, because this is an emotional response. So your emotional response to it and reliance upon the way things have been, it's going to be very hard to walk away from. And that's why the Eight of Cups is placed, or the Eight of Cups is placed at in the sphere of the strength trump card, is because it does take a lot of tenacity and perseverance and resilience on your part to step away from old habits and to step away from old relationships that no longer really provide you with any support, but you've just been in so long, or been active in with so long, that to not have it around you is frightening, because you know how to exist the way that you have been. You know how to make that work for you to a certain point. But when it's time to step away from that, it's going to just your behavior and your reaction and your emotional response is going to want to drag you back to that sort of possibly false sense of security that those old behaviors provided for you. All right, so be tenacious, stay true to what's true for you, and recognize what you know and what you've experienced previously to carry you forward and learning something new and having new experience. All right, and then this is the sphere of influence that is coming into activity, moving out of Cancer season and into Leo season. So the end of July, beginning of August. Ah, glorious. That is an explosive, bright burst of resplendent activity and desire and new growth and potential and initiation. All right, so while this Eight of Cups may seem a little dark and gloomy and a little bit frightening to contemplate, a little bit hard to step into, once you tap into this, and once you take out and recognize what you've lived through already and what you want moving into the future, the slight loss of the level of comfort that you had and complacency that you may have had with the previous path is going to be replaced by excitement and exuberance and vibrant, radiant activity. All right, because this is an active energy. This is going to be something that you are actively engaged in bringing about and making happen, related to your desires and your passion and what is significant to you to create in real life through your actions. Amazing. Wonderful, Scorpio. I'm super excited for you. Again, I'm not saying that this isn't a difficult decision, even a difficult decision to contemplate, because you have to be really honest with yourself here, and really rely a lot on faith and purpose to step away from a point of sort of luxurious comfort or reliable comfort or safety in some aspect of your life. It's hard to step away from that on a new path. I do not underestimate or dismiss the difficulty of this sort of contemplation and decision and assessment. All right, so let's clarify the Nine of Pentacles. So that is your foundation. So yeah, so this is your stability, your safety, your what you can rely on. And moving on to this new path does not necessarily mean you are losing this. It's just the space from which you are beginning to operate from. So this may be a great support structure for you, because this is about foundations of your endeavor. You know, this is like the stability that you have under your feet and surrounding you. So the people that you have that are going to help you, the resources you have available to you, the vision, and the 3 is the point of creation. So this is a solid, strong foundation in the real world, in reality, stuff like home, money, family, health, that is going to provide the foundation for this vibrant new endeavor, this vibrant potential and initiation that you have coming up with the Ace of Wands going through Cancer season and into Leo season. All right, so this is an asset for you. This does not necessarily have to be something you're losing. It could represent the foundation that you are working on. All right, there's a change of intention or a change of path on an emotional level and in a relationship level that you need to consider to get to this point, because there's something that you need to do differently, or something that you need to see in a different way that's going to take you in a new direction. And let's get a little bit more information about what that may entail. That is an Ace of Pentacles. So a new opportunity in the real world, possibly a new job, possibly a new project to invest in, possibly a new relationship or a pregnancy or a proposal. But there is something in the emotional realm that you need to consider redirecting and stepping onto a new path in relation to a golden opportunity that's going to present itself. All right, because you have the Ace of Wands and an Ace of Pentacles. So this is actively taking actions to create something new. And this is the real world, money available to you, job available to you, relationship available to you, health available to you, something in the real time, real world, real experience is going to be presented to you that is going to take you in a new direction and help to assist you to move on into that new path. All right, and then let's get a little bit more information on the Ace of Wands. What is this explosive potential that is available to you? And that is the Page of Pentacles. So that is preparing something. So either something is, this is actively preparing a real world endeavor, a real investment, a real project. So, it could be building a house. It could be starting your own business. It could be taking a new job. It could be taking a new position. It could be involving yourself in your community, but this is the actively becoming prepared to actively carry it forward. All right. And it's going to expand your experience and your life and resonate with you and be aligned to what you feel your true purpose is, or what is truly significant for you to manifest and bring about and make happen in the real world, not just in your thoughts, not just about how you feel. And not just about empty actions that don't go anywhere. This is a slow, steady, long-term investment that you are going to be carrying forward that's going to require some change of course in some aspect of your life, that's going to rely upon what is truly resonant for you, because it is going to take a lot of commitment and investment for you to carry on through the future. All right? All right, and then at the bottom also you have at the bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Discs. So that is about creating a nurturing and calm, intuitive, compassionate leadership and relationships in the home that you create for yourself and your family, in the community that you participate in real time, in your real life. You are working towards being someone who provides that nurturing, understanding, and the ability to help that to resonate and replenish not just yourself, but your family and your community, and the lives of those people around you. So you're definitely working towards empire here. And that's the Justice card, and the Black Egg is asking you to please align yourself. Consider, what is it that you really want to align yourself with? What is your big picture? Knowing what you know before, everything's been counted, everything's been resolved, everything's been reconciled. You're at a point of leveling up. You're at a point of moving up into the next echelon of experience and understanding. All right. So that is amazing, Scorpio. And so that heaviness that was suggested by the Justice card, that heavy decision, yeah, I can see why that's present. But again, it can be very exciting and very exuberant energy. It's not negative energy. It is heavy potential, a heavy, thick, atmosphere of potential, which is very exciting. And I'm super excited for you. So have a fantastic July, Scorpio. I will talk to you next time. Subscribe and ring the bell for notifications when new videos go up. Contact me if you want your own personal video reading. And I will talk to you next time. Bye.